And if you think that you are going to have the capability to be disrespectful, to be malicious, to be spiteful with people's careers, with the people that work for you in general, just remember, karma knows your name.
This message is for Staff Sergeant Karina Martinez of the United States Army, who decided to talk out and speak out against Pete Hegseth, aka the Secretary of War, and say that karma is going to eventually catch up to him. But what I would say is maybe you need to go do like 1,000 push-ups. So next time you come up with the idea of going in public in uniform and saying something absolutely fucking ridiculous, you don't do it.
In other words, to our enemies, F-A-F-O.
Whoa, whoa, whoa! We have people that are out here going off and trying to get these service members in trouble. Let's see how this entire thing unfolds, because there's a lot of details that come with this. And I promise you, there is a huge twist to this entire story.
Good afternoon, everyone. So today, I just wanted to come on here and tell you that if you're a leader, it doesn't, any type of leader, right? You could be a drill sergeant like me, a section NCO, a platoon sergeant, a first sergeant, and sooner or later, she's gonna charge you. So treat people with kindness and respect.
Now, out of that TikTok, which has gone bananas, people are like, whoa, is this against some of the generals and admirals and Secretary of War Pete Hegseth? Is that what this is? Because the comments are blowing up. And this first one says, Team Pete Hegseth has 563 likes. And this person says, Secretary of War is the best. Love him. A lot of likes on that too. I'm so happy he's going back to basics. As a retiree and veteran, you are a prime example as to why he had to address the problem. Now, she does address, like, if you're any leader, and she says even section lead, it sounds like she's saying top to bottom, don't be spiteful to anybody. But it looks like this veteran and several others have essentially gone after her and are like, you deserve to be kicked out.
This message is for Staff Sergeant Karina Martinez of the United States Army, who decided to talk out and speak out against Pete Hegseth, aka the Secretary of War, and say that karma is going to eventually catch up to him. One thing you need to understand as a drill instructor is it's not your job to have a political opinion. You are not a political activist, especially while wearing your uniform. The other thing you need to be reminded of is that your job is to teach soldiers how to be disciplined. Your job is to teach soldiers how to be mentally disciplined. Your job is to teach soldiers that no matter what insurmountable force is coming towards them, that they can defeat that force every single day. That is what your job is as a Army drill instructor. So when you go and you speak out against leadership, what that does is it shows that to your soldiers, they can go out and they can do the exact same thing. And the crazy part is they'll actually do it worse than what you did on TikTok while in uniform. And you know, you're probably thinking, hey, this guy wants to get rid of her career. No, because I'm old school. I would never want you to ever lose your career or ever have your career in jeopardy. But what I would say is maybe you need to go do like 1,000 push-ups. So next time you come up with the idea of going in public in uniform and saying something absolutely fucking ridiculous, you don't do it. Because at the end of the day, I don't want you to be one of those people who loses their job over something stupid. But that's what Obama did, because he got rid of hazing. He got rid of so many different things. At the end of the day, it made our military force fucking weak. It made it so that our junior Marines, our junior soldiers, and all the other people that joined the military didn't know what resilience was. It made them not have a standard, and they were not making and keeping within the standards, the physical readiness, the physical fitness. They were not doing that. Instead, what they're doing is becoming political activists on fucking TikTok and making videos all day while they're sitting there, and they should be leading their Marines, leading their soldiers and teaching them stuff. That's what it fucking did. We need to go back. Fucking get off, social media. Go train and be leaders the way that you're supposed to do. Go out there and focus on winning wars. That's what they should be doing. So yeah, I hope if you do get in any trouble, they just take you out somewhere and tell you to do 1,000 push-ups or something, you know, because they always say that pain retains. But at the end of the day, I would never want you to lose your career, because your career is valuable and it's very important. And I'm glad that when I was growing up in the Marine Corps, people said, you know what, I'd rather do this to you than do paperwork on you so that you can learn your lesson. And I did. Times are changing.
Now, because of his post, people are coming after this staff sergeant in the comments as well and tagging her like crazy. For example, someone says she shouldn't even be in the military. She has an issue with authority. And someone said in the 80s, this would not happen. Now, there does seem to be some issues with this, and I'm going to talk about it. I'm going to play her rebuttal because it seems like she had some rebuttal about this already, and this is what it is.
Good morning. It is a wonderful day. I just want to mention something, right? On my last video, I stated that leaders need to be respectful towards the soldiers in their formation. Now, I did mention myself being a drill sergeant, but that doesn't mean that I consider myself to be more important than anyone else, because I don't, and I'm not. Let's just reiterate that. But I was just referencing in the fact that I am a drill sergeant and I can't treat my soldiers disrespectfully, because that's not a thing. So I was simply stating that any leader in any position are required to give respect to their soldiers. That was it. And in reference to my nails, I know I'm tracking the changes. I got it fixed. Thank you and have a good day.
And people are all like, oh man, she's backpedaling on this. Whoa. She hasn't even deleted the video. She hasn't. Some of the comments say she's scared now, crying face. And someone says, meet Staff Sergeant Karina Martinez. She thought it was smart to bash the Secretary of War while in uniform, a blatant violation of the Uniform Code of Military Justice. Actions have consequences. Now, as I did research, I was like, whoa. This is dangerous, this narrative, because we have seen where people have truthfully gone against leadership and asked for things. And I'm all about saying like, hey, reminder, you can lead up, down, sideways, whatever, and say, hey, make sure you're respecting people, not just destroying people's careers for whatever reason. Let's try and do that. And that is interesting because there is one veteran that said the same thing I thought, and I want to give him credit because I think he did it very well.
Who decided to talk.
This is pure form NPC behavior. It is. You see, once you do your due diligence and get past all the people raving about her video, and some people are duetting it as a green screen so you can't tell a particular detail. So those are likely doing that on purpose. Once you get past all that and you actually find her page yourself and listen to the video yourself, even still, people are missing one little detail, like the fact that the video is posted on 9/15, 2 weeks ago. And she made a clarification video. She did. The next day on 9/16. And if you go into the comment section of those videos, you'll see where she's repeatedly told a whole lot of colossally stupid people that her videos have nothing to do with Sec War Hegseth. And most certainly not his speech to the Bat generals that didn't happen for another 2 weeks. Yeah, NPC. Y'all are spoon-fed what you think about reality by what you hear other people say. And to you, the poster, instead of instructing her on how to do her job, why don't you go look at her page? Seems to me she's fairly tight for being an army puke as she is. She'll never be the standards of the United States Marine Corps, most certainly. But she does look like she has her stuff together to be the embodiment of everything Sec War Hegseth was talking about. And look at the comment section on those videos while you're at it. Look for where she's replied to a whole lot of people like you who can't seem to use their own brain and pay attention to details. Like the simple fact those were 2 weeks ago. Those were made 2 weeks ago. Gotta be ashamed of yourself.
Yeah, and here are the screenshots to show you 9/15, 9:16, where we're talking about the 30th of September was the entire speech on Tuesday. And I'm the person that I'm just like a lot of these people. We're looking for people that are holding the standard, making sure that they're having that. However, I think people went on a little too far, looked right past that. And I do think also on her side of this, she was very purposefully, objectively kind of vague with this entire thing, because that is just kind of what she was trying to do. She wasn't trying to target a specific person, but unfortunately, she didn't know 2 weeks later this was going to unfold the way it was. So the witch hunt, there are some people that are out there doing bad things. Yes, 100%. But do your due diligence to read and understand her thing of karma is really just kind of being like, put good energy out there that you want people to receive, and it'll come back to you, just like with anything in life. But I didn't think that was too crazy of a take. I think it's okay to say respect soldiers, respect service members. Make sure you are having a little bit of empathy towards other people's situations and things like that. Let me know what you guys think about this entire situation down in the comments below.